Well, hi Jubers, I'm back. This is my sister Bugs, and to be honest, I don't think it was the virus. If I did have it, I'm still not 100% sure. That got to me. It's this book. Paolo Coelho, you broke me again. Oh my god! The fact that I finished this one and not the previous one, which actually got a lot of hits. That one. Oh my god! I think I'm giving up on you, Paolo. So, anyway, Paulo Coelho. The Machinist, my Brazilian heritage, is my famous author from Brazil. So I think I love his work. I've never read a few of them. The Alchemist, One Who Decides to Die. But I thought I'd give this one a shot. Okay? The Spy. A novel of Marti Hari. Here we go. Let me read the blurb. When Marti Hari arrived in Paris, she was penniless. She was respected as the most elegant woman in the city. A dancer who shocked and delighted audiences as a confidant and courtesan. She bewitched the era's most powerful men. But as paranoia consumed the country at war, Marta Hari's lifestyle brought her under suspicion. In 1917, she was arrested in a hotel room on the Champs-Élysées and accused of espionage. Told in Marta Hari's voice to her final letter, The Spy is the unforgettable story of a woman who dared to break the conventions of the time and paid the price. Now, it's weird, okay, because Marta Hari as some kind of great liberated woman, because I'm not an expert on it, but I read her Wikipedia page. She really wasn't. She was basically desperate. She was basically a very, very desperate woman. Was she innocent? Yes. I personally think so. There's been other works out there that kind of say that she was. Was she killed as a scapegoat? Yes, also she was. So, but this book is not good. This book is not good. Now, if you Google or look up Paulo Coelho quotes, even from these books, every single one of them could be on those inspirational posters. You know, yeah. This book is no different. This book is no different. Even the way it. Here you go. Even the way it describes her death. Here you go. The sun now on the, oh yeah, opens of her dying and then goes to flashback. The sun now on the horizon illuminated the flames and small puffs of smoke issuing from the rifles as a flurry of gunfire rang out with a bang. Immediately after this, the soldiers returned their rifles to the ground in a rhythmic motion. For a fraction of a second, Marta Hari remained upright. She did not die the way you see in the moving pictures as people are shot. She did not plunge forward or backwards, and did not throw herself to her arms or to her side. She collapsed onto herself, her head still up, her eyes still open. One of the soldiers fainted. Because, because, yes. So, but when it flashes back to, this is more novella than a novel, thank God. Okay, so, when it flashes back to Mata Hari's letter describing her life, here you go. Here you go. Her life, okay, so, this is Mata Hari's life. Innocent. That's not the right word. I was never innocent, though I could manipulate those who wanted. Sorry, I was never innocent. Not since the first set foot in this city. I loved so dearly. I thought I could manipulate those who wanted state secrets. I thought the Germans, French, English, Spanish would never be able to resist me. Yet in the end, I was the one manipulated. The crimes I did commit, I escaped. The greatest of which was being an emancipated, independent woman in a world ruled by men. I was convicted of espionage, even though the only things concrete I traded was the gossip from the high society saloons. Yes. So, yeah. Yes, because, here you go. Because it flashes back to her early life of her first abusive husband, and this bit here, okay? And her first miserable marriage, okay? Well, only miserable marriage. Essentially, it kind of, as if to kind of turn Mata Hari into like a liberated woman. Um, she really, really wasn't. She was kind of still confined by the time. For her act, she was kind of known as a whore. An erotic dancer was a whore in those times. And yeah, there you go. But it flashes back to her life as if kind of like underposing, she's kind of penned in by society. This is regarding her first husband. It was a sick logic, the one that turns men afraid of losing someone into monsters, that made him grow even worse. He called me a whore because I wasn't a virgin when I met him. He wanted to know the details of every man he'd imagined once he imagined I once had. Yes, yeah. So, but the thing is, her liberation comes at the sacrifice of another woman, a woman called Andreas. Okay? Sorry, Andreas's wife. Okay? So, but the thing is, Andreas' wife has never even got a name herself. Okay? Andreas' wife was watching. Andreas' wife. Now this is what Andreas' wife has no name, because no other woman really names his name in this book apart from Marti Hari or Margaretha. Okay? This is when they're at a society party, okay, with her husband, and watching the dancers. There you go. That's these. Before any of that had time to stop her, Andreas Weiss took a small pistol from her purse, pointed to her own heart and fired. But much of the noise had been absorbed by her evening gown, and people turned her way. At first I must have thought I had committed a crime. Seconds earlier, she was clinging to me. As soon as I saw the look of horror on my face and Andreas kneeling, trying to stop her blood, carrying away his wife's life, she died in his arms. Her eyes displayed nothing but peace. Everyone drew near, including Randolph, the Javanese woman having taken off in the opportunity, in the opposite direction, afraid of what might happen, with so many armed and drunken men. And we'll deal with that. Andreas' wife, who has no name, Andreas' wife has zero name of her own, straight away. Marti Hari or Margaretha packs her bags to go to Holland. That night, leaving her daughter behind. Yeah. So, yes, it talks about her as Marti Hari as some kind of liberated woman when she wasn't. That's the problem. Here you go. This is when she is putting an act together. She goes to Paris at this point. She's putting an act together. This bit here. So, I don't know who that woman is. All my life I've thought and acted like Marti Hari. The woman who's always been or will be the fascination of men and the envy of women. And since I left Holland, I've lost all sense of distance and danger. Neither scares me. I've often passed with no money and a proper wardrobe. Look at how I've moved up. Hope the same happens to you. Yes, because in this world, Marti Hari goes through society. People know that she's a fraud. They don't care. Her erotic dance, if you will, entices people. She's enticed. She makes money. She's condemned as a spy. Her looks fade. It don't really scratches the surface of who she is, and that's not the problem. And it kind of slips through history, okay, and famous people. And this is Pablo Picasso, the artist I was telling you about. Yes. When we introduced Picasso, you forgot about the rest of the guests. I spent the entire evening trying to strike up a conversation with me. He spoke of my beauty and asked me to pose for him. I said I only needed to go with him to Malaga if I only need to get a week away from the madness of Paris. He had one objective and didn't need to tell me what it was to get me to his bed. Of course, because everyone is enticed by Marti Hari and absolutely loves her. It basically makes out to be a free woman, a free-spirited, independent woman, when she wasn't. Now you can say, okay, that I miss, like a comment did on the last review about Paulo Coelho, I'm missing the point. Hey, perhaps I am. But this book could have been a really kind of in-depth, internalized look at what makes a woman do the things that she does to survive in this time, but in nuance, okay? Even with a novella. It says Marti Hari dictating a letter to someone that kind of doesn't even go to touch the thing. It's the idea, okay, of my legacy is more important than the truth, which is fine, but basically this book is so badly researched that it's kind of like he just got the information off Wikipedia. Doesn't go into depth at all. Here you go. It has the same kind of lines, okay? This is page 103 towards the end. There you go. And when I said before, okay, that Paulo Coelho quotes always appear in inspirational posts, this is what the thing is. In 1914, instead of returning to Holland, it would have been easy to change my name again, for time to take care of what was left of my soul, and go to a million places in this world where my face was unknown to start anew. But I meant living the rest of my life split in two, as a woman who could never be anything, and one who was never anything, one who would never have even a single story to tell her grandchildren, and children and grandchildren. At the moment, I'm a prisoner. My spirit remains free. Everyone is fighting a never-ending battle to see who will survive. There's so much bloodshed. I need to fight anymore. I wait the people who never met decide what I am. If they find me guilty, one day the truth will come out. A man's shame will be draped over their heads, and to their children and their grandchildren, their country. Oh yes, because I die free. I'm Marti Hari, the liberated woman. She's not. This book could have been so good, okay? But it's not. A story dictated through a letter with no research, no nuance. Just, I did the Dance of the Seven Veils, and everyone loved me. Till I looked faded, and I become a double agent. And it doesn't even scratch the surface either. I failed of a book. But I didn't as a here though. At least I didn't quit this like I did as a here. So, not say I deserve a medal for that, but still. So anyway, sign off here. Do not recommend The Spy by Paulo Coelho. And everyone, take care.